Good morning. Myself, Dr. P.D. Sarokma, Professor and Head, Department of Automobile Engineering, Hindustan Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. So, welcome to my lecture on engineering thermodynamics. So, then we are moving to path and point function. The name itself, what is a path function? It is a function which depends upon the path of the system following during the change of state. Okay. State means condition of the property. If you see this diagram, the condition 1, the pressure will be in P1 and volume will be in V1. So after some process, it reaches the condition state 2, that is pressure will be P2 and volume will be V2. So it may be any kind of process. So this following some path. Okay, so it continuously it is following some path. So this is called path function. If it example or transfer, energy transfer comes under path function. Then point function, it is a function which do not depends upon the path of the system following during the change of the state. So that is called as a point function. Example, temperature, pressure comes under point function. It do not follow the any path. Okay. So then we will move it to properties. What are the types of properties? This is very important one. So property is defined as a measurable characteristics of the substance when the system remains in the equilibrium state. So last case we studied, if it is gas, we are taking gas, particular state, it is having P1, T1. Under equilibrium condition, it is having property 1, that is P1, pressure 1, and temperature, that is the property. Okay, there are two types of property. One is extensive property, other one is intensive property. Then what is extensive property? If they are independent of the mass of the system, it is called extensive property. Example, mass, volume and weight. Then intensive property, it is if they are dependent upon the mass of the system, it is called as intensive property. Example, pressure, temperature and specific volume. Okay, these are the intensive properties. Clear? So I'll explain in detail these two properties. So see here, intensive property, changes taking place as the amount of substance, the property doesn't change. There are two beakers you have. Okay, one beaker having some 1 liter, other beaker you are kept empty. If we pour this particular water in next beaker 2, some amount of water is poured into other beaker, then what will happen to the temperature and pressure? Whether it will change? No change. So based on the mass, it won't change. That is called intensive properties. Extensive property means based on the mass, it will change. The property which varies with the amount, it is called extensive properties. Clear? So otherwise, intensive property also called as ratio of extensive properties, also called as the intensive property. If you take density, mass by volume, mass is one of the extensive properties, volume also one of the extensive property. Okay, clear? So property of substance that do not depends upon the amount of matter present. This beaker having some 70% of water, this beaker having some only 15% of water, but based on the matter, these properties never change. Example, boiling point of water 100 degrees Celsius for this case, and this case also same. Freezing point also same. Density of water never change, 1000 kg per meter cube. Melting point, condensation point, flammable, combustible, corrosive. These are the properties never change with the quantity present. Clear? This is called intensive property. Extensive property, the mass, volume, length, weight will be varied. The property substance that depends on the amount of matter present. If you take this, definitely the volume will be changed, mass will be changed, weight will be changed, here also changed. So anything it will change based on the matter, it is called the extensive property. So next you have to say this, what are the intensive property, extensive. The volume is considered as a extensive or intensive? Extensive properties. Good. The mass also extensive properties. Density, it is intensive properties. Okay, intensive properties. Flammability, it is intensive. It is also intensive properties. Corrosive, intensive property. Boiling point, intensive properties. Combustibility, intensive property. Freezing point, intensive, intensive property. Okay, clear? Good. Then we'll move to state. State, the condition of the system as described by its property, that is a state. Already told you that is state 1, if gas is in some condition, that is P1, V1 and T1, that is a state. After we are giving some load or pressure or some heating, either expansion or compression is taking place, that particular gas reaches the second state, that is a P2, V2 and T2, that is called state. Any property will change, that state will be changed. Okay, steady state, a state in which the property system do not change the time process. Transition from one state to another state, there is a state 1, this state is called process. This is path. Succession of state during the process, each succession is called path. Okay, thermocycle, a sequence of process. The process complete process is called cycle. Okay, so furthermore, definition for state is a condition of the system at any instant of the time as described or measurable by its properties. Okay, clear? Path, succession of state passes through during a change of state is called path. Process, define any change that system undergoes from one equilibrium to other equilibrium. There are 5 types of process. One is isochoric process, that is a constant volume. Isobaric process, it is called constant pressure process. Isothermal process called constant temperature process. Adiabatic is reversible process. So during this process, all the variable will be changing. This is a polytropic process. This is one more process. Isochoric means the volume of the gas will be constant, both the condition, but property of volume will be same, but pressure temperature will be changed. In case of isobaric process, so pressure will be changed for the state 1 and state 2, but volume temperature will be changed. In case of isothermal process, temperature will be remain same for state 1 to state 2 during the process, but volume and temperature pressure will be changed. Clear? This is called state and path and process. So in detail with the diagram, so this is state 1, here P1, V1 and T1. If you take this y-axis is the pressure, this is the volume, so this state 1 will be P1 and V1. So this is called path, it follows some path. So this continuous succession is called path. So from state 1 to state 2 reaches, it is called as a process. State 2, the pressure will be increased and volume will be reduced. Okay, from this example, if you say this is state 1, the P1, pressure 1 and T1 and V1 will be the volume of the gas present in the cylinder after during some weight. If you are having some weight, this is the condition 1. This is called compressed state. This is state 1. So after removing this weight, this particular piston moving upward, it is expanded state. It will reach the state 2, that is called x2 y2. This is, in this case, the pressure will be state 2, temperature will be T2 and volume will be V2. So this is state 2, this is state 1. So state 1 to state 1. So if you are keeping the weight, this is this particular gas in the condition 1. If you remove this heat, this particular gas will be expanded, then pressure, temperature and volume will be changed. Clear? This, student, is it clear for you what is state, what is the path, what is the process? Clear? So same thing only, this is V1, the pressure during the process, the pressure will be changed. This is gas, I am providing some weight due to that piston is moving downward, so the pressure and volume will be reduced. Okay, this is example for the process. Any kind of process, it will be isothermal process, isobaric process or constant volume process, anything one. Okay, So isothermal, what is isothermal process? A process that occurs under constant temperature condition. Example, melting of ice, evaporation of water. Isobaric process is a process that occurs under the constant pressure condition. Example, melting of ice, evaporation of water. Isometric process or isochloric process is a process that occurs under the constant volume. Isochoric means constant volume, isobaric means constant pressure, isothermal means constant temperature. Here iso means same. Okay. Adiabatic process is called as a process that occurs with no heat transfer between the system and surrounding. There is no amount of heat is transferred between the system and the surrounding. Is called adiabatic process. These are some process we will see in later in detail. All these processes. What is the work transfer? What is the heat transfer? What is the enthalpy? Okay, we'll see. Then we are coming to the thermodynamic equilibrium. So a condition in which all competing influences are in balance. Okay, I'll see next slide, it is clearly. Then there is a no change in the macroscopic properties such as temperature, pressure, etc. in the system. Then such a system is said to be in state of thermodynamics equilibrium. That is, property of pressure, then volume, etc. will never change. Okay, it will in the same condition. That is called thermodynamics equilibrium. A system is said to be the state of thermodynamics equilibrium if the following three equilibrium should be satisfied. What are the three equilibrium? First one, the thermal equilibrium. Next one, the mechanical equilibrium. Third one, the chemical equilibrium. So what is thermal equilibrium? There is no change in temperature within the time in the system. It's called thermal equilibrium. What is mechanical equilibrium? There is no change in pressure or force with time in the system. So pressure, force is never changed. Okay. Chemical equilibrium, all possible reactions have taken place, but there is no change in the pace change with the time. If you have, there is a container, it is separated by partition. One portion having chemical A, other portion having chemical 2. If you remove this particular partition, these both chemicals are getting together and mixed together. So in particular time, it will come to one A plus B chemical. That chemical will be no change of pace. That is called, it will have some equilibrium position. That is called chemical equilibrium. There is no phase change, but it is having some quantity will be in equilibrium state. That is, a reaction will be in equilibrium state. So if any system, any property, it is in system thermal equilibrium and mechanical equilibrium and chemical equilibrium, all these three will be satisfied. That system equilibrium is called as a thermodynamics equilibrium. Clear? What is the pace? Quantity of matter that is homogeneous throughout the both chemical and composition, that physical in structure. Okay. A pure substance, a quantity of matter that is uniform and invariable in chemical compositions. So if you say liquid water and water vapor. Clear? Then units, fundamental units are mass, length and time. So it is, mass is represented by m, length is represented by l, time is represented by t. Mass in kilogram, in length is meter, this is second, the symbol is kg, m and second. So these are the fundamental units or primary units. So these units, other units will be secondary units or other derived units. It will be derived from these fundamentals. If your velocity is called length by time, that is lt minus 1, that is meter per second. Acceleration is called lt minus 2. Force is called, what is the force? Mass into acceleration. If you multiply mass with acceleration, that is lt minus 2 here already. If you multiply with m, you will get kgm second square. This is called Newton. Pressure is force by area, you will get this dimensions. Energy is having this dimensions. Power also this time. Energy is represented by joules. Power is a watt. Joules per second is called watt. So this energy per second is called power. These are standard international units. Okay.